Mike McCool here at the Royal Examiner. We are at the Warren County Airport. This is Wings and Wheels Day, right?
2024.
With us Sean again and Julie. They're going to show us around what's going on here. And if you hear in the background, the plane just took off. Maybe Mark can swing the camera around. I don't know if you can see it now. Up down the runway. There they go up in the air. They're towing a glider. Sean, tell us a little bit about what they're going to be doing.
Well, what they do is they take that glider and they'll tow up to about 3,500 feet or higher, and then he'll release, and the glider will go and he'll lift and he can climb up as high as 18,000 feet.
Wow!
Yeah,
wow.
It's a very long. It's a long time in there.
A nice wind today, so it should be really good.
Yes.
All right, so this right here, we're going to walk over this way, Mark. We're going to start here. We're going to talk about Sean's airplane.
Yeah, this
Tell
is
us,
mine.
What is it? This is it has experimental on it.
It is. It is a Quad Cities Challenger. It's a clip wing special, which means that the wings are about 1.5 meters shorter than the regular Challenger.
Okay.
As you can see, it's got an identity crisis. It's half gray and half multicolored.
And I see the engine's in the back.
The engine is in the back. It's actually a German motor made by a company called Earth.
It looks like a Volkswagen there.
It's actually a two-stroke.
Wow.
So it's very high horsepower output for the size that it is.
Right.
And matter of fact, the engine turns at about 6,000 RPM.
That's quite a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's why if you look, there's a big cog that the propeller actually attaches to, and that's to down-regulate the propeller speed. So it's about 2,200.
Sounds like
That's the jump plane getting ready to go.
Okay.
Skydive plane.
You're not on that, Julie.
I'm not. No, the two instructors are doing solo jumps right now, and they're going to jump with some smoke.
Okay. All right. Maybe we can capture it.
10, 15 minutes.
Right next to us are some ultralights. I always wanted to go up on one of these things, but he said it was too big.
This is the actual owner of
This right here, okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
You fly this thing?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your name?
Richard Williams.
Richard Williams. Richard, tell us a little bit about this ultralight. Come on in here, Mark. Can you get a little closer?
It's a Buckeye Dragonfly.
Uh-huh.
Has a Generac motor, about 40 horsepower.
Is it easy to fly?
Easier than riding a bicycle.
Really?
You have to keep your balance on a bicycle.
No, this way you just hang and go, right? So this got a parachute hanging over top of it, doesn't it? Or
Yes, sir.
A glider. So is it really safe?
It's supposed to be the safest ultralights out there.
Right. Oh, yeah. Here's a picture of it. Mark, can you see it? In the sun there? Yeah. So you could actually steer these things where you want them to go?
Steering on the air
Yeah.
with the foot levers on
Right.
the ground with the throttle.
Okay.
Steering.
And that turns the whole motor then?
No, sir.
Oh.
It puts drag on whichever end of the chute.
Oh, it turns the chute. Okay, okay.
Puts drag on it, doesn't actually turn it.
I see you've got a for sale by owner sign on there.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting a little too old to fly this thing?
85.
Oh my gosh, there's no cutoff on that, is there?
No, sir. But I got back problems and it's hard to get out and fold the chute.
Yeah,
After you
yeah.
land.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Been doing it for about 37
Oh,
years.
wow. I know I talked to Art McGath. You know Art?
Yes, sir.
He still flies his after he got it caught up in the power. I still give him a hard time about that. We're going to change his name to Sparky.
Right.
Well, I think it's great. We're going to look around for some more. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for showing us. Appreciate it. All right, Mark. Do you own this one over here, too? Oh, there you go. Okay. Must be a lot of fun. All right, Sean, where are we going to go next?
All right. So this is actually Randolph-Macon Academy.
Oh, is this what they use? Okay.
Yeah, this is what they were using for training.
All right.
This is probably the most popular training plane in the world.
Right.
Cessna 172.
I told you earlier in the interview, I took lessons on a Cessna 151, I think it was.
Yeah.
But that was like 40 years ago. So
We actually have a 152 here. There's some right there.
Yeah. Like you say, this is Randolph-Macon. Now they've trained a lot of young boys, young men, to learn and go on into their flying lessons.
That's exactly
great.
Yep.
That's great.
So yeah, it's ubiquitous when you think of airplanes.
Right.
So and we got another airplane coming in right now.
Seems like a lot of little Cessnas.
Yeah.
While we turn the camera around here, this looks here like all chrome. What's all this plane over here? Standing a little close. A moose.
Yeah, that's a moose.
That's what they're called.
That's the manufacturer. I don't know a whole lot about it. All I do know is that it does have a Russian engine. What is this
right here? This is a Cessna.
Yeah, that looks like it's a 140.
All right, there is a lot of, look like we have some military planes over here.
Right.
As we turn the camera back around, tell us first of all what we're going to look. We got some of these yellow planes.
These yellow airplanes are Stearman.
What is that?
They were actually trainers in World War II.
Okay.
The one on the right is a Canadian. They call it Canadian. It's a different variant. Jack Molinar, the gentleman over here in the front seat, he owns both of these airplanes.
Okay.
Hey, Jack.
We'll get him to come over here and tell us a little bit about it. And we've got the helicopter here. Is this Valley Health?
Yep, that's Valley Health. They've been here all morning. They're actually getting ready to depart shortly within about 20 minutes or so.
All right, let's head over there and talk to the helicopter crew.
Oh boy.
All right, Russell, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Good. Come on, Mark. Can we get a little closer so you can get here? All right, I'm here with Russell. What do you do here on this? Well, you're a paramedic.
I am. So I'm one of the flight paramedics with Air Care 4 here at a Front Royal. One of the crew members here. We have a pilot, which is helping push that plane over there, and a nurse on our crew as well.
All right. So tell us a little bit about this crew. We don't realize, most people don't realize we actually have a helicopter stationed here.
Yeah, so we've actually been here for about 8 years now. We've been local. Before that, they were up at Winchester. But yeah, we're stationed right here, one of 6 helicopters in the Northern Virginia, Shenandoah Valley region.
Right. So, but how big an area do you cover?
It depends really on kind of what's going on that day, but we're pretty well covered over Clark, Warren, Shenandoah, a little bit into Hardy County, and down into Page County as well.
Right. What kind of range do you have? Like if you have to take a patient to Inova or to Fairfax or something, can you do that?
Yeah, so usually we have about 2 hours worth of fuel on board, which is enough to pick up a patient from a 911 scene anywhere out here, or pick up from a hospital and to get them to any of the major centers. We can even go as far as Ruby Memorial in Morgantown most of the time.
Tell us a little bit about the aircraft.
So I won't go into too many details.
You're just a paramedic. All you do is ride, right?
But the bare bones nitty gritty of it. This is an EC-135, a Eurocopter. So it's actually built over in Germany. It's one of the most popular airframes for medevacs. It's a twin engine helicopter. Like I said, we have a crew of 3 on board, a nurse, paramedic, and a pilot. And we'll take 1 patient usually, and yeah, it's a really great airframe, super dependable, and we're also capable of instrument flight rules, so we can fly through clouds and poor visibility to get where we need to go.
Where does the patient go? I mean, it's got a little bit of room in there.
Yeah, so we can peek up here, and then we can walk around the back if you'd like. But this is where all of the magic happens with the patient. So the 2 clinicians will be back here, and we'll have the patient secured on the stretcher over there.
Oh, so it goes back into the...
Yeah, and that stretcher goes in and out the back, just kind of like an ambulance stretcher would.
Okay. You got everything. You got defibrillators and oxygen and all sorts of...
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a floating hospital.
Kinda. Yeah, we take a lot of the stuff that ICUs do and 911 does, because we work in both environments. So we can take care of just about any patient population.
Well, it's a great asset to have in our community.
And we're happy to be here.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Hey, thanks a lot, Russell.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
You're welcome.
Mark, we're going to head over this way. All right. Okay. This is Jack. He owns these 2 yellow planes right here. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they are 1942. This is a 1942 Boeing Stearman that was built for the Canadian Royal Air Force, Royal Canadian Air Force. The other one is actually for the Army Air Corps, which is, but they're both Stearmans, but the one at the back is really the bigger engine that it was put on after the war,
right?
Because it was a crop duster. So
what did they do in the war? What were they used for?
They were primary trainers. Primary trainers that were basically looking at anybody who wanted to fly for the war, because it was a voluntary service back in the day. That they basically wanted to fly these planes. So they put their behinds into this particular plane.
Are those the ones you got just the stick to drive them with?
That's correct, yes, indeed, absolutely, yes. And basically that was it. The Navy allowed you only 8 hours of flight time with an instructor.
And off the ward you went.
And if you didn't, no, this is the first step. Because after that you would go to a more advanced trainer.
Okay, they want to see if you had what it takes to keep it in the air. Yeah,
it was like, you know, separating a chaff from the wheat.
That's right. Yeah,
That's really what it's
I call it organic chemistry. That's how they separate doctors, right?
There we go.
If you can't pass that, you're not going to make it. All right.
Exactly. So yeah. So this particular machine has the original engine as it came out of the Boeing factory.
Wow. How did you acquire these things?
It's more a network of knowing people.
Or one day you woke up and said, I think I'll get these things, right?
Yeah, no, I flew twin engines back in the 90s, and then I sold my business, and then what do I do now?
I get all this money, what am I going to do with it, right?
Well, I won't go there. But I will basically, I just was at the Warrington, or at least the Bealton Flying Circus.
Right.
And the Flying Circus actually had these planes there, and I was looking at this and I was thinking, my goodness, this is something I'd like to continue with. So that's where the spark was made.
That's great.
And that's when I started looking further.
Well, we appreciate you and the fellows like you that bring all these airplanes out here and share them with us here in our community. It's a great little airport, isn't it?
It is.
That's great.
Really, and this is exactly where these planes belong. You know, basically, right between the mountains. It has this great little small airport feel.
Right.
And that's why I travel all the way in from McLean to here to be able to fly.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks again, Jack. Thanks
You're
for talking
welcome.
to us.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
All right, Mark, let's find, we're going to head this way. Walk this way, Mark. All right, here we're speaking with Eric.
Hi, Eric Van Wiesendonck.
Nice to meet you. Tell us a little bit about this.
Schemperth, 1968. This glider flew twice out of the factory. They went and readjusted the settings, put it back into the factory, brought it out. Flight number 5 was the final production flight. The owner took it and went and flew in the World Championships in Poland in 1968, took 9th place.
And you still fly this?
I still fly it. It is an antique glider. It outperforms many modern gliders. It's a 44-to-1 glide ratio, which means if I'm a mile in the air, in still air, no headwind or anything, I can go 44 miles.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
We just seen one take off a few minutes ago. We're looking for it. It'll eventually.
It'll get there. Yep, 3,000 feet. Today's a pretty good day for flying, so sometimes they glide, which is paper airplane, just coming downhill the whole way. Today they're soaring. They're finding lift, probably thermal lift today, a little bit of wind, maybe off the ridge, and 2 weeks ago we had a guy stay up for 5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel safe in this thing?
I feel absolutely safe.
So you feel like you can land it just about anywhere?
And if you ask me to put it there, I'll put it there. Yep. I usually come back to Front Royal.
So we have a gliding club, I think, here in Warren County.
We have a fantastic glider club. The Skyline Soaring Club has been at Front Royal Airport since, I think, 1990, if I'm not mistaken. It might be 1998. They moved around. They started in Warrenton. They were at Newmarket for a little while. They've been here for quite a while, and we love this airport.
Yeah, I think the airport is underappreciated by the locals.
It's unknown. It's an unknown resource. There might be 1 or 2 people who don't like the noise, but the gliders, we don't make much noise.
That's right, not much noise.
Yeah, not much at all.
What was that, right?
Exactly, a little bit of a word.
Eric, thanks for talking to us. We appreciate it. Hopefully we're going to see you in the air.
That sounds like a plan. Not me today. Today my job is to have people sit in the glider and enjoy it. Get some education.
I don't think I'd fit in there, but
you would definitely fit.
No, it flies just like an airplane, except there's no go.
We take off with an emergency. We've lost the engine at the start, but yeah.
All right, guys, look up in the sky. We have jumpers coming down.
Have a good one.
All right, something's coming down in the sky here.
We're watching.
Winding her up. Looks like they're giving him the signal. There they go. They're airborne already. They hardly went down the runway at all. And catch this skydiver coming in here, Mark. Can you see him? The sail's going up on the... April?
Yes, April Truitt.
This is April. She is with, where are you from?
We are from Strasbourg, from the Maynard at Strasbourg.
Okay.
It's an assisted living facility.
Did you bring all these pilots?
We did.
All right. Are you all pilots?
Sir?
Are you all pilots?
I have done navigating.
Oh, well, that's close enough. You're driving the plane.
I can do a glider with head first.
All right. What do you think of all this stuff here? Isn't this
I
great?
see a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money here.
Will you pilot?
Say again?
Will you pilot?
No, I don't pilot. I'm like you. I just ride on the back of the airplane.
Yeah.
Well, I want that pilot to get there.
Were you in the military?
I was in the military. Yeah. Here comes a glider in now. Mark, swing the camera on. Let's catch this real quick. While you
That's the one we just saw circle.
I was in the Air Force.
But you never flew.
No, I just fly in the Air Force.
Oh, so you were the passenger wife.
I'm the passenger. I'm just the passenger.
Taking all the sweet
We have a
rides.
couple more Air Force guys over here. Who was in the Air Force?
Bob, you were in the Air Force, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
How
Air
are you
Force.
doing, Bob?
He worked many years in the Pentagon, and his wife actually worked as the president's secretary, I believe, at one time, right? Your wife worked as a secretary at the president's in his office, right? Yes.
And she was in the Air Force, I was told.
Well, you know, the secretary does all the real work.
Yeah.
You know how that is, right?
Yeah.
Well, so what about you? What are you doing? Turn around here so the camera can see.
This is one of our awesome volunteers.
Hello. I'm a volunteer. I've been doing it since March at the nursing home at the Maynard.
Okay. What's your name?
Damien.
Damien? All right. That's great.
He is a
You know,
big
volunteers
help
are important in what we do.
Yes.
All right. Let's see what we got here. We got another young lady. How are you doing?
Fine.
What's your name?
Debbie.
And you're a
I'm a resident.
A resident? All right.
Yeah.
Who's this young guy behind you?
This is our.
Yeah, what am I?
He's a jack of all trades.
I'm Jerry. I'm the maintenance director.
All
at
right.
Maynard.
All right. You fix all that stuff down there at the break.
Try to anyway.
All right. How about
He's
this
a jack
guy right
of all
here?
trades.
How are you? What's your name?
William Kaufman.
William Kaufman. All right.
He also was one of our veterans.
Yeah.
That's great. We appreciate that. We've met you before. What about the U.S. independence? What did you do on that?
I worked the aircraft armament.
Did you see that interview I did a couple of weeks ago with a Navy guy?
No.
I should send you the link. You watch that, these guys. We'll come by your place and we'll do some interviews with veterans. We like to do that.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Carry on conversations.
By all means. By all means.
We'll do that. Yeah. How about you? I don't think I've introduced myself to you.
I'm Bobby.
You're Bobby? All right. Were you in the Army?
Yes, I was.
We won't hold that against you.
The thing of it is, I'm glad you said that. I've heard that before. But the Air Force grew out of the Army.
That's true. Well, we don't.
1947.
You got it right. 1947. Yeah. How about you, sir? What? You were Navy?
No.
Oh.
I was on a ship one time.
Well, that's like you said. I stayed on the Holiday Inn Express, so I can do about anything, right?
They put the noose around me and put me in the water.
Oh, we don't want that. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out. This is a great activity, isn't it?
It's been fun.
Yeah, get out in the sun. The weather's great.
Oh, no, people are
We got
nice.
some other ladies back there. She's very quiet, but
Yeah, Miss.
Yeah, I only done 20 years and got out.
well, I did 12 and got out.
Yeah.
I tell people if I was stationed anywhere but D.C., I'd have probably stayed in. Yeah. We're going to walk over and take a look at the cars that are along because this is a Wheels and Wings show. So we want to go over here and talk to some of these cars. We appreciate you talking and coming out and supporting our activity. All right, thanks again.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
For the veterans thing.
Yes, we'll set up an appointment and come down and see you. All right. Thank you.
Look
Thank you.
forward to it.
All right. We're going to talk a little bit. Tell me your name again.
Todd Heminger.
Well, this is a Cybertruck.
It is.
I see it on everywhere, but on the road. So tell us a little bit about your truck and how you got it.
Well, like most people, back in 2019, we put a reservation in and waited 4.5 years.
Yeah, wait, but they say a lot of great things about it. Is it everything all the hype?
Yes, actually, I was very surprised that the steering I was concerned about because the steering wheel and steer by wire.
Right.
And when you start driving a little bit, it'll feel weird, but your brain recalibrates it and you're fine.
I noticed that wheels turned it, so all four wheels turn, don't they?
Right, 4-wheel steering.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
Turn it on a dime. So it looks so different in real life. than it does in the videos and the pictures.
A lot of people say that, yeah.
Yeah, it is really neat looking. So what do you think about the overall, is it worth it? Was it worth the wait?
I think so, in the aspect of I understand where Tesla's going with packaging so much technology into it, with the 48-volt architecture, the steer-by-wire and all that stuff. They're packaged so much into it, took 4.5 years, but they're going to leverage that in all their vehicles going forward, and it's going to allow them to enhance production.
Yeah. I always tell people it's not a car company, it's a technology company. And really, I think about it and I'm saying, well, here's Ford and GM's been around for over 100 years. Here Tesla's come around in 5 or 10 years, has revolutionized the transportation industry with vehicles that they built from scratch. And they didn't just keep adding on and changing it, you know, like most cars, you know, did. This is really innovative.
One of the things I learned watching YouTube is there was an engineer that did an excellent video about the production aspect, and most vehicles have a year, okay? You got a 2012 and a 2013, and what's different is changed there.
Right, they changed the grill.
Right, well, in Tesla, because of how they manufacture and their manufacturing process, they can change something mid-year, midday, and every vehicle has its own part list.
Right.
So it's very easy to integrate change, and that's how they're able to ramp up production as much as they
What's
have.
it like driving down the road with a computer staring at you? Come on, Mark, look around here. Can you swing around the camera? Take a look at here at the dash. It's like there's no dash. I mean, there's nothing on the dash. It's all on that screen.
I thought I would miss the stocks for the turn signal, but the buttons are so close to where your hands are on the steering wheel. And when you do turn the turn signal on, when you get in that lane, it knows you're in the lane, it turns it off. Not just when you turn a corner.
Right.
Plus, everything on the screen takes a while to get used to, but once you find it after looking for it for 5 minutes, you now know where it's at.
So is this thing really made out of titanium or whatever they...
Stainless steel.
Oh, stainless steel, all right. It looks so cool. It's got such a unique shape. I think that's what drew people. Either it turns them off or turns them on, one or the other. Well, can we go and look at the back? Because I'm always curious. Let's walk around back, Mark. So this thing it actually is a truck.
If you're looking at, if anybody's interested in following us, we have an LLC, Your Future Life Now. We're going to be doing some videos. We're on Facebook, but we're interested in understanding future technology and how we bring it forward.
So you know, you see it and said, well, does it have a bed? Can you really haul stuff in it?
Babe, hit the tonneau cover once, you'll see.
Watch this, Mark.
And of course, you have 3 outlets over there.
Yeah. I joked to her. I said, I see how to bring a battery with you. She said, no, that's the cooler.
Yeah.
Look at that. It makes it aerodynamic, doesn't it?
Right.
It's really slick. Do you have a step to get? That's a new thing they're selling now on trucks. You know, they want to buy you a $100,000 truck, but so you can step up into the bed. I figured you probably have an electronic step here.
Not yet. It's an easy lift. And it's got a soft close. When it clicks, it'll pull it
itself
into where it
in.
needs to be. Yeah.
I was looking at a friend of mine has one of those Rivetons. Is that what they're called? Those trucks. Everything on it's electric. You can't even open the little door that you charge it with. You hit a button. Everything's electric.
Yep.
Is that the way this is as well? I mean,
pretty much. Just like the charge port, like you mentioned over here. You can either click the charger or touch it. It opens up.
Look at that.
Plug it in.
So you have a charger at home?
Yeah. Well, not yet. It's being installed next week.
So do you feel anything? What do you know on the EVs about traveling distances with them? Where do you think that's going to happen?
The thing I like about the network is, say I'm traveling to somebody in Pennsylvania, and it knows it's 400 miles, and you say, okay, I'm going there. It will tell you, based on the consumption, where to stop, how long you're going to need to stop, to get you there efficiently.
And give you the GPS right to the charger.
Yep. And actually, one of the other things is that a new enhancement last year was, as you're driving to that charger, the battery is conditioning itself to receive the charge more efficiently.
Right. Is this like a hybrid where the braking regenerates as well?
Yes.
Does that?
So I live up on a mountain, so as we're coming down,
you just coast, or you hit the brakes.
Miles go up, and when we go up, the miles go down.
It's great. It's really, I think I think you know, like you say, we're at the baby steps. We're in the beginning. You know, and I think everybody agrees with that. A lot of people don't like it. They don't think it's ready. But you know, it's just like we have low-speed vehicles now are starting to get the market that go 25 and 35 miles an hour. And there's places for those. You know, not on the highway, but there are places that drive them. Just like I think our electric vehicles. I think there's a place and a time for that. And
One more time, this is
It's all about charging. The one thing that kids like about it, there's a lot of customization. You can code your own light shows. Have you seen a light show on a Tesla?
Right. No, I haven't, but I heard that they'll set the world on fire.
Yeah, when you're done, I'll go ahead and throw one in.
All right, let's go ahead and do that. Can we see it on the camera, you think?
Probably.
All right. We're going to do a light show, Mark.
Starts with everything closed.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got to sit there with chrome cleaner and
get it right done, horse, baby.
Oh, he running.
What year is it?
59.
You only say that because you saw the tag.
Because the music is very loud inside, so once you're done,
oh, windows went down. Look at that.
Now what it's going to do is synchronize some of the movement of the lights, the hood, and everything, windows with the music.
All right, well, try to get this, Mark.
Look at the teal car. Look at the teal car. Look at the teal car.
There'll be subtle changes. I just see the mirrors move.
Blowing streamline lines.
How long does this last? As long as you want it?
Nope. It's about over, and then you'll have to listen to when it locks.
Okay, we're gonna. It's about over, Mark. Turn the camera back around. Here it goes.
Now it's over, and then it'll lock itself.
Automatic defense procedures initiated.
Now it's protecting itself.
All that in a truck and more.
And more.
And more. So, would you share what these things cost?
I've got all the specs in our spec sheet. I'd have to read them off. I don't have them memorized. But this one is a dual motor. It's $79,900. They have a tri-motor, $99,900. But the Foundation series is all they're selling right now.
Okay.
And it's a
that's in line with the other electric trucks in the market.
And it's a $20,000 markup right now. So this one is $100K. The other one is $120. But as production ramps up and they go through their 2 million reservations, the prices are going.
Isn't that amazing? 2 million reservations.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? What's the serial number on this one?
6,665.
So you knew that.
Yep.
All right. Thanks again, Todd. I really appreciate you talking to us, and thanks for coming out and supporting the program.
Oh, it was a great day. Great
All right.
day.
Thanks again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mark, now we're going to go down. Now we're going to go down and look at real cars. Todd's giving me the. Everybody wants a 1957 Chevy. 1957 Chevy, that's the car when I was a kid. Everybody wanted a 1957 two-door. This is a four-door, that's about all you can get nowadays. The two-door, that's a gorgeous car. Look at this truck here, this is the Studebaker. You don't see many of those on the road anymore. Look at the condition of this thing, they're great. A lot of old trucks. Dodge Charger. There's a 1950 Chevrolet pickup truck. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Get all the way here. I think the engine that's in it is not stock. No, it's not stock. Not stock. Look here, we got a T-Bird. And Corvette. But on the newer line. Okay, we're going to turn the camera around. I want to catch this helicopter taking off, I think. And then we're going to head on down the road. Look at this here. This is what's, look at this motorcycle here. This is a trike, but it's something you'll notice, Mark. Look, it's got a steering wheel on it. I've seen these done before. It's kind of interesting. Driving a motorcycle with a steering wheel. All right, here we go. This helicopter. Do it for today. We were at the Wings and Wheels show here at the Front Royal Warren County Airport. A lot of great activities. If you missed it, you missed a lot. There's just too much to show. There's food, there's cars, there's planes. There's a lot of people sharing all about their programs and about their information and their vehicles, their form of transportation. So if you missed it, plan to go again next year. It's a great program. We want to thank you for watching.